study Inspector Calls by memorizing what the characters say. But examiners don't just want to know what happens, they want to know why it happens. To get a grade 9, you have to understand the mastermind behind the curtain, J B Priestley. Make sure to stick around until the end of the video, where we'll be breaking down an actual previous year exam question from the June 2025 session, so you can say exactly how to turn this context into grade 9 marks. Before he wrote the play, Priestley was incredibly famous as a wartime BBC radio presenter. During World War II, his postscript broadcasts reached up to 40% of the British public. He wasn't just an entertainer, he was a fierce, passionate socialist. He used his platform to champion the working class and demanded a fairer post-war world. In 1945, as the Second World War was ending, Priestley wrote a detective thriller. But instead of setting it in 1945, he deliberately trapped his characters in the year 1912. Why? This single structural decision is the key to unlocking the entire text. Let's deconstruct 1912. To the wealthy upper classes like the Berlings, 1912 was a utopia. Capitalism was completely unregulated, profits were soaring, and the class divide was a massive, unyielding war. The rich believed their privileges would last forever. They were completely blind to the suffering of the working class beneath them. Priestley uses this complacency against them through dramatic irony. When Arthur Burling boasts about the Titanic being unsinkable or claims there is no chance of war, the 1945 audience is laughing bitterly. Priestley uses Burling's historical blindness to completely destroy his capitalist credibility in the first 10 minutes of the play. Now look at 1945, the year the audience is watching this play. Society has just survived 2 catastrophic world wars. They have seen the British Empire fracture. Crucially, the war was a great equalizer. Bombs didn't care if you were upper class or working class. Society had bled together, and they were finally agreeable to a welfare state. So why did he write it? Priestley sets the play 1912 to show his 1945 audience exactly what happens when society is consumed by selfish, individualistic capitalism. He's saying, look at the greed of 1912. That greed caused 2 world wars. Now that we are rebuilding in 1945, are we going to repeat the same mistakes? Or are we going to build a socialist, compassionate society? To prove this, treat the characters as constructs. Arthur and Sybil Burling represent the unyielding, unrepentant mindsets of 1912, but Sheila and Eric represent the malleable younger generation. They represent the hope of 1945, ready to accept social responsibility. When you write your essay, never just dump these facts. Use these exact high-scoring frames. Priestley uses dramatic irony of 1912 to expose, or the inspector acts as Priestley's socialist mouthpiece to challenge the Edwardian elite. This links history directly to the writer's intent. Now let's see how this background context actually unlocks top marks in exam scenario. Take a look at this previous year exam question from June session 2025. How does Priestley present ideas about power in Inspector Calls? A basic answer will just describe how powerful Mr. Burling is in his factory and how the inspector takes control of the room. But a grade 9 student uses a 1912 versus 1945 blueprint to look at power through authorial intent. Look at this model response snippet. Priestley presents power not merely as a character trait but as a political weapon. He constructs Arthur Burling to embody the unyielding economic power of the 1912 capitalist elite. However, writing for a post-war 1945 audience who had witnessed the collapse of rigid social structures, Priestley uses the inspector to strip Burling of his authority, demonstrating that true power in a post-war society lies in collective social responsibility rather than individual wealth. Notice what happened there? We didn't just retell the story. We transformed a simple question about power into an argument about Priestley's 1945 socialist mission. That is how you turn historical context into top-tier marks. To help you ace your exam, I've put all these historical argument points and essay frames into a premium AO3 Context Cheat Sheet PDF. To get it completely free, all you have to do is hit subscribe, like this video, and drop a comment below telling me which character you find the most interesting. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next part of our Inspector Call series.